I don't want to ask ChatGPT. I want to ask you guys directly. Where are the rare breed of single Christian men of God? Where do we find you guys? I haven't come across you guys in a long time. Where'd you go?
All right, single men, I have a question for you. I'm super curious how many of you are on team never going to get married. Even if you meet the perfect woman, you guys get along great, your intimacy is out of 10, and she's even willing to sign a prenup. If she wanted to get married, you would be willing to walk away from the relationship because marriage just isn't in the cards for you. Just curious how common that is.
I have a question for the men. Do you guys still want to get married? Like, is that still a thing? Or is it just pressured because of how society is? Or is it something that you guys generally want? I'm just curious on your opinion on it.
Women initiate the vast majority of divorces, then act shocked that men are afraid to get married. For a man, signing a marriage contract is like knowingly boarding a plane that's likely to crash. It's not a fear of commitment, it's just common sense.
I've got a new question for you guys. Why do you think guys no longer want to get married? Here's what I think. I think MGTOW men have allowed themselves to be influenced by social media into believing that all women are feminists or feminazis. But in real life, you can tell people what you're looking for and what it is that you want. There are women out there that are looking for something that could be very much alike to what you're looking for. Maybe you've been hanging out with shallow or greedy people, and well, maybe that's on you and what you've been putting out there. But I think women don't reflect what the media says about them. And neither should you. Now, what's your opinion?
So I would love to get married again, but now it seems like men don't want to get married anymore. Like, why is this? Can't we just get a prenup and be happy and be married? I get it where there's so many people that just live together and they live a married life, but they don't actually get married. Are people at least getting rings still? So at least you can show like I'm taken when you're out and about if you don't want to get married. What is the real reason men don't want to get married anymore? Is it money? Is it they've already had half of their stuff taken from a divorce, so they're bitter? I'm really curious. I feel like the partnership that comes with marriage is just a little bit different than if you're just dating someone, because they can always cut bait and jump ship because there's nothing to lose. When you do have like skin in the game, I feel like people would be more up to like work through challenges, try to figure it out to stay together, versus if you're never married, it's easier just to be like, okay, bye, and run away. But are guys really not wanting to get married anymore? Let me know in the comments.
A lot of women see marriage as their retirement plan. After they've had their fun, they look for a nice, stable guy to settle down with and provide for them. Men don't want to be the boring, safe bet. We'd rather be the prize she can't have than the husband she settled for.
I posted a video about guys not knowing what they want in their 30s, and let me tell you, the comments have me, like, shook. The amount of men saying that they don't want to get married because they don't want to have to take care of a woman is, like, absolutely mind-blowing to me. Like, love is dead. It's dead.
For anyone that has listened to men in the last decade, this should not be surprising. Because let's face it, ladies, men are no longer to expect anything from a woman in marriage. Because when they talk about expectations, especially on social media, they get put through the ringer. And that has leaked into the real world. Like, men have a lot to lose when it comes to relationships, especially marriage. They are expected to give without requiring or wanting or asking for anything in return. A lot of men that have experienced that feeling in a real life relationship that he's been through, he has decided to remain single rather than put himself through that again. And honestly, what he sees on social media just reinforces that. It's really only until he finds a good woman in real life, he finds that unicorn, that will ever be broken down. And that does happen occasionally. But for the rest of the guys, they would rather be single.
I've never encountered a guy, or at least entertained someone, who has sat there and asked me, what do you bring to the table? No masculine man asked that question.
Why would that be a hit to masculinity?
It would be a hit to masculinity.
Why?
because you know that a woman is there to compliment you, and she's an asset to you.
Doesn't sound like you're an asset. Sounds like you just cost $10,000 a month.
But
when we're asking what you bring to the table, you're like, well, I'm a good human being. That's what you're saying. It's like, okay, but he's a good human being and he's spending $10,000 a month. So when you're asking, what do you bring to the table? Since it's strictly a materialist worldview that you have, there's only a material mindset here. The material mindset is, well, it's expected that I provide a material dinner and I clean the house, and these are all material things. The expectation from him is that he provides material with way harder, right? $5,000, $10,000 in order to complement things that you desire, right? So they ask really, they're asking, what do you bring to the table? Saying, what do you complement that he desires?
unfortunately, most men just kind of want a trophy. And I think that's the most material thing ever.
That's it?
Marriage today is a deal where men do all the sacrificing. We provide the money, the house, the security, and in return, we get our freedom taken and live in constant fear that one day she'll just decide to leave and take half of everything we built. Where's the incentive?
How does a woman take care of a man?
What do you mean?
How should a woman take care of a man?
She shouldn't have to.
At all?
No.
Then why should a man date a woman?
What the fuck? What kind of question is that?
Like, what value would you provide to a man?
What? That's a crazy question.
What do you mean?
You shouldn't have to provide some fucking value to a man.
Then what's the point of the relationship?
What value do they fucking provide to us?
Protecting you, providing for you?
I'm sorry I called you gay, by the way. I think I'm just too old or something. I'm like, why is anyone married? You tell me, why aren't people married?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's the women. The women are extremely liberal. They're overweight. They have a very high estimation of themselves. People call it hoflation.
Hoflation?
Yes. Their sense of their own looks and sexual value is very inflated. And so a lot of people are looking at these like frumpy, obnoxious, loudmouth, liberal women who are also very promiscuous and saying, this is not actually appealing at all. And I don't want to start a family with a person
Sounds
like
awful.
this. Yeah, it is. You know, women are not really providing too much. They expect so much from the men. They want the man to be rich and provide.
Yeah.
They want the man to be fit and a real leader and a real man. They also want to split the chores with the man. They want the man to do half the laundry and half the dishes and things like that. And it's like, so what do you do all day? You're on TikTok? You're like doom scrolling and eating Cheetos? Like, what actually are you providing in the relationship?
The society we're creating right now, more and more men don't want to get married. And I get why. There is almost zero upside for men getting married. This isn't me saying that men shouldn't get married, or women, but think about what society is telling men about what being a man is. Tell about society is fucking men hardcore for getting married. If you get married and you get divorced, a woman takes 50% of whatever you have. 80% of relationships, the man is the biggest provider. So that's a big fuck right off the bat. What are you getting in exchange for that? Second, if you have kids with her, you're fucked, because the government doesn't think that you deserve shit. So even good dads who try to stay in the kid's life are fucked. So there's a lot of men going, why the fuck would I do this? The good news is that will correct itself, because eventually then people start going, oh, right? When you create mistakes, you only create more error. Error creates more error. So we've gone so far the other direction that more and more men are going, like, why the fuck would I get married?
The most valuable thing a man has is his peace. No drama, no constant arguing, no walking on eggshells. Modern relationships, and especially marriage, are often a factory that manufactures drama. Men are choosing to protect their peace at all costs.
Why men are saying no to marriage. First of all, let's talk about freedom. A lot of men today are realizing that marriage isn't the happily ever after that they were promised. Instead, they watch other married men who are stuck in unfulfilling routines. They're financially drained, they're constantly walking on eggshells just to keep the peace. Meanwhile, single men, they have their freedom, their money, and their peace of mind. Then there's the wonderful changing dating landscape. Modern dating has made commitment more risky than ever, with hookup culture, social media attention, and dating apps giving women endless options. A lot of men just feel like marriage overall is an outdated contract that doesn't benefit them in any meaningful way. Why would he want to commit to a woman that might be keeping her options still open or out there playing the game still? And then what? She cheats on him? There's really no penalty for cheating in your marriage. So he's supposed to just let that happen and then she leaves and takes half? I don't think so.
A single man has freedom, peace, and control over his life. The modern marriage deal asks him to give all of that up. In return, what does he get that he can't get otherwise? He becomes a regulated utility, a paycheck, and a problem solver. It's a high-risk, no-reward contract, and men are finally reading the fine print.